Let's start with the story that is still making headlines around the world. The moment when tech CEO Andy Byron was allegedly caught cheating with a colleague during a Coldplay concert.
Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Lucie Cave is here alongside our relationship expert, Anna Williamson, who hosts a podcast on the topic of affairs. She's very equipped for this. Lucie, firstly, this has become such a huge story. It still makes me cringe every time I watch it back.
It's really cringy, but it's everywhere. So there was a girl who caught the video of them on camera, and that video has got over 110 million views on TikTok. 1.2 million shares, 9.7 million likes. So it's safe to say everyone is quite obsessed with it. It wasn't long before that video went viral. Then obviously all the internet sleuths were trying to find out who these people were. The man was identified as this guy called Andy Byron, who was a supposed married chief executive of a software development company called Astronomer. And the woman was apparently identified as Kristen Tolbert, who is reportedly their head of HR, but that hasn't been confirmed. Then on Thursday, there was a fake statement, which seemed like it came from Andy, which seemed like he was apologising to his family. But as I said, that was fake, but that went viral as well. Then by Saturday, Andy had resigned from his job, and the company Astronomer released this statement saying, our leaders are expected to set the standard in both conduct and accountability, and recently that standard was not met. They also said, we have not heard from either party, and there is no confirmation that this was an affair. But, as you said, the internet has gone wild, and some people are very creative and have got a lot of time on their hands as well. And so there's loads of memes of that moment. So there's a Lego one.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, the thing is, it's kind of weird, isn't it? Because there's the Scream one there. And then there was another one there, the Muppets. Muppets is my favourite. What's Kermit going to say? That's the thing. And there's American baseball team, the Phillies, even took it upon themselves. Because obviously Kiss Cam it's really a baseball thing, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Coldplay have just sort of taken it on. But that's their mascots that were caught on camera, so they sort of made more of that.
That one was the funniest. That really actually did make me properly giggle, and they played it out for such a long time, and the crowd goes crazy for it. But the fact that, like, everyone in the stadium there, everyone knows about what it is.
That's the mad thing about it. It's so totally global. There's merchandise as well if you want to buy T-shirts around it. Apparently, Chris Martin, so at the time, because obviously he'd sort of made a joke going, oh, they're either shy or they're having an affair. Little did he know. And then I think he's quickly realised, because he said, hope I haven't done something bad. But then since, he's obviously been doing more concerts, and he's made a bit of a sort of joke at it and said, look, there's Kiss Cam coming round. This is a bit of a warning to you. You don't want to be caught, but here you go. Have a look.
We'd like to say hello to some of you in the crowd. How we're going to do that is we're going to use our cameras and put some of you on the big screen.
Everyone knowing what he's getting at. I mean, it's opened this whole debate now about sort of privacy in public places. Yeah. But to be fair, certainly in America, every concert, every sporting event, the Kiss Cam thing, the cameras on the crowd, everyone knows it happens. OK, albeit there might only be a couple of people ever picked out, but I mean
they were on, like, on the balcony.
Yes, exactly. But it was the reaction to it, wasn't it? If they hadn't reacted in the way they did, it wouldn't have sort of gone as viral as it has done. But everyone obsessed with it. Anna, thank you for joining us this morning. And there's been a lot of giggles, like we say, lots of memes, all very kind of funny. But let's face it, I mean, it is real. There are real lives here. There are people's emotions involved. Do you feel, though, we instantly sort of jump to conclusions, don't we? Do we find we're naturally very judgmental when it comes to an alleged affair without really knowing the details?
We are, and I think, to be really clear on this, look, I saw this when it came out. I've never seen such impact on my Instagram. Also, the feedback I've had on the podcast that I do about affairs called The Affair, which is by its very nature so popular, because affairs are salacious. They are underground, they are secrecy, and they are full of heated emotions. And I want to be really clear, this isn't funny. I know we're having a giggle, and we're having a giggle because, quite honestly, we all got a lens into something secret was going on and that suddenly got blown. And when an affair is blown, that's when stuff really gets real. And it was their reaction, as you point out, Christine, that made it go viral. If they hadn't reacted, no one would have been none the wiser. But affairs is not something something I condone. I would never, ever suggest anyone enter into it lightly. But to your point, the judgment that we have, it isn't just one size fits all. There are many different reasons why affairs take place, why infidelity happens. Yes, sometimes it is just opportunist, it is ego. But actually, my research says that it's emotional connection that is often the number one driver for affairs. And there are many different nuances around it. But essentially, people that are involved in affairs and on the receiving end of it, they have good reason to feel judgment around it. But my role as a relationship expert is I give people a space. I do that on the Affair podcast to hear from the all different perspectives that happen around affairs, to really understand why, what drives people to have affairs, how it happens. And then some people come through affairs and actually have stronger relationships as a result of it. Some people enter affairs for really, really sad reasons because they're lacking certain things in their life. So like I say, for me, it is about suspending judgment, but equally walk, a second in someone else's shoes that has been on the receiving end of one. And I say they're entitled to feel as they feel.
Of course, absolutely. There's always going to be someone that gets hurt. And then I think the very, very foundation of all of this is people are quite nosy. They like having a little insight into other people's business, don't they? And that's fed this.
They really do. That we're nosy by nature. As human beings, we're nosy. And, it's a compelling topic for discussion. The allure of scandal. This is about as scandalous as it comes. There were these people just quietly enjoying themselves. And then suddenly their reaction, we all went, oh, what was that? Give us the goss, give us the tea. That's why gossip sites are so popular. We are predisposed to want to know the tea. And yes, me too. I'm like, oh my goodness, what's happened there? But behind all of this, there are going to be some really difficult conversations going on, and a family, two families, many people by way of collateral damage. So we all might be having a little titter, but there are real people with real emotions. And you know what? For those two people involved in that, some very big questions and answers needed to be happening.
Absolutely, yes. And of course, now that everyone else knows, everyone else has an opinion. This is not something that you can try and deal with behind closed doors anymore. It's that puts extra pressure on everything. So it's such a tough thing. Anna, thank you so much. It's such an interesting insight. She's so clever, isn't she?
She's very clever.
She's very clever, you two, honestly. David Beckham is known for his haircuts over the years, and now he has given himself another haircut. Yeah. Lucy is trying to explain. Here we are talking about David's
You would
hair.
think he's got enough money to go to the hairdresser to have his haircut, but he's he's moved on from his short Beckham sides. He's had the same haircut for quite a long time, and he's reverted back to that famous shaved buzz cut that he had in the 2000s. Wise move, because Brad Pitt's done that as well. I think actually he looks better like that. But he was doing it himself, and the head of the clipper fell off mid-shave, which a lot of men will sympathise for. My husband's done it on his beard before, and he revealed there's a bit of a glaring bald patch. He didn't get any sympathy from Victoria, who posted it on Instagram, and she gives her comments saying it looks terrible, but, it does, actually. But he's now posted an update of how he sort of fixed it. So he's basically shaved it as close as he possibly can.
Right.
I think it looks good like that. Fine. So I like that haircut. He's known for his wild haircuts from over the years.
Yeah.
So this is a good reason to resurrect them. Look at them. So he had the mohawk, cornrows, and then he had his sort of curtains. What's your favourite era?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, the curtain thing was a phase. Well, that went on for a long time with guys, actually,
Curtain was
didn't
good.
it?
Yeah, I mean, look at him there. Sorry. It's a bit early in the morning. Cornrows were the funniest one. I don't know what he was thinking there, but yeah.
Anyway, he's doing well.
He's doing well.
He's all good. He's all good. Now, Jessie J, of course, she's been keeping us up to date with her health, and she's given us another update in the past couple of days.
Yeah, she has. So she's currently, as we've talked about, she's in the early stages of recovery. She had a mastectomy in June, and she said she's already feeling an improvement, which is lovely. So she said, she put out a statement on Instagram saying it's going to be nearly 4 weeks since my breast cancer surgery. I'm feeling good. Some days are harder than others, but my movement is good. One thing I'm struggling with is not being able to pick up my son. So she can't pick up her son Sky because she's, for obvious reasons, she said she really wants to hold him, but she said, that's a small price to pay for her health and for still being here. So we wish her all the best and a speedy recovery. But it's nice to know that she's feeling the benefits.
Too right. My goodness me. I know, and she'll be helping so many people with her updates.
Yeah, she will. It's important.
It's a very strong thing to do. I'm Celebrity. We're talking about that again. Isn't that incredible? It's it's the All Stars, isn't it?
So obviously I'm a Celebrity is back this year, and then we've got the All-Stars returning next year, so in
that's
2026.
next year, isn't
so that'll
it?
be
Yeah.
next year. So instead of in Australia, this is in South Africa. And last year there was, there's such brilliant characters that you just really want to be back on screen again. So last year we had people like Gillian McKeith, we had Jordan Banjo, Shaun Ryder, Mylene ultimately was the winner of the All-Stars. But let's look ahead to next year. So speculation is rife that 2 legendary ex-Jungle stars are going to be in. Harry Redknapp, who was the oldest ever person to win the Jungle in 2018. Apparently he was paid $500,000 for a stint, so I don't know what he's going to get this time. And another name linked is Gemma Collins, who lasted all of about 2 seconds when she was in there. She made no secret of the fact that she hated it. I mean, this is the best line. She famously said, people who murder people get treated better than this. So it would be TV gold if she was
come
back
on,
in
bring
there.
it on. I'd love that. That would be fun. And Harry, of course, obviously. And Love Island, of course. I mean, there've just been so many bumps in the road this series, haven't
It's
there?
been an extra dramatic series this time. One star who's been caught in the middle of it is Harrison, and he had a bit of a love triangle between Tony and Lauren. He's been criticised by people like Women's Aid for sort of some manipulative behaviour in there. But Lauren got dumped on Thursday. She asked him to leave with her, and after 24 hours, he decided that he would. Last night, they had their first interview on After Sun, and he was apologetic.
I think maybe, obviously, when we probably did bits, probably took it a little bit too far talking to Tone after that.
Okay.
But, yeah, obviously regret that massively. And I apologise to both of the girls. They know how I feel about it. But, yeah, it was, not good from me.
Oh, God.
He's apologised now.
It's so awkward, isn't it?
But it is a really good one this year. I mean, every year there's, but it seems to be high drama. But you know, at least he's followed her out, which is good.
Well, that's very, very true. It is. It's. I think because they're so aware of what the show is, you know, and they kind of know a lot of times what to say, what not to say. This year sort of feels like I don't care.
I know.
I'm just going to do with what I feel is right in the moment.
That's why it's great TV.
Well, this is it. It's reality telly at its best, isn't it? Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Lucy. See you soon.
Did you enjoy that video? There are tons of other entertaining showbiz clips waiting for you on our channel. Don't miss this one.